Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. And I'm here to share I'm going to put a little worm in your ear, and then we'll wash it out. We'll wash the aftertaste out with something else. So here, let me share the screen. And this is for you guys.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, partying,
Yeah.
partying,
Yeah.
fun.
Fun. All right, I had to do that. That song got stuck in my head, and I thought I'd share the pain with you guys. So let me wash that out of your ears and out of your mind with some Kate Fugue or Rip City Hex compilation collab here.
Nova is here, he's the leader of Alpha, leading the charge. Yeah. With his main man Heavy, hit up right by his side at the raid. Together they fight, the guards their corner, rich and valor, fighting for good. They refuse to back down in this war for justice. They wear the crown. Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust. For the cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly underground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. Through shadows of doubt, they light up the way. With power and purpose, they seize every day. Their enemy tremble in the dark. Nova and Heavy Hitter, our heroes embark in the big galaxy that's covered by night. They bring the fire and ammunition to ignite. For it's Alpha they serve, their honor was true. Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for the cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly on the ground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. For every shadow, they bring the light. Nova and Alpha, defenders of the right.
All right, do you guys feel a little bit better now? Did we wash that taste out of your brain? I know this video is gonna get demonetized. Oh, take away my 0.7 cents a month. Cool, I really don't care. But that's fun. If you don't remember that, people just were so ruthless. They were roasting her. Whoa, we have 7, 5, 12, 16 million more dark matter. 16 more million pink mist whale tokens going in there. Hey, John, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. This is your day off, right? Like you go Monday through Thursday with 2 open mics, and then tomorrow you're going on with KRJ to do charts. I cannot wait to see some of his charts and what's happened this last weekend with all the fear and people jumping ship and craziness. We got Wilhelm Guten Baden, mein Liebe. Guten mein Lieb. Okay. Ahoy there. Again, Hex Armstrong coming in from the ship. Moonmutt. Hello, my friends. Hello, Moonmutt. Patrick's Air Fryer, Astro and stuff. Air Fryer Friday is better. Air Fryer Friday. Let's freaking go. This is the link to join is right here. It's also in Telegram and on X. The problem with this song is Nova is not the leader of Alpha. I know. It's a great song, and alpha's the enemy, but AI doesn't always get those nuances, Patrick. It sounds like it says defender of the right. It doesn't say that. Red squirrel. Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, Ted Nelson. Well, it's like it's a little earlier here, but either way, yes. Afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, y'all. It's Matt Wardell, someone who may or may not be hanging out with me this weekend, someone who may or may not have established the dragon token. So interesting stuff with that guy, and just some of the fun on pump.tires. But the fun thing is, like I said, I did pay out. I did catch up last night with the payouts, or I should say, the mystery box caught up with sending people their fuel cells and their dark. So every time you send a million Pink Mistwell tokens to the Pink Mistwell address, and all these are copied and pasted pinned in Telegram if you don't know which is which. Jen wants to know why you're not wearing the bathrobe. There's two jokes there. One, I can't remember his wife's name. I just know it's not Jennifer. So every time I see her, I'm like, hey, not Jennifer. I want to say something like Melissa. I could be wrong. And then, of course, the bathrobe sometimes makes some of the stream. If I'm in a hurry and I just have to cover the nips for YouTube, that's it. I just come in hot and heavy with the bathrobe. So I appreciate you guys noticing. Now, if her name really is Jennifer, then in my head, I've completely blocked that as Jen. But as I was saying, 16 million Pink Mistwell going there. I got a very, very interesting text from someone in the community that's been doing this. They've been sending the Pink Mistwell tokens to the Pink Mistwell, and then they've been getting a dark and a J1 fuel cell back. And people love this deal. They're like, wow, I mean, like you're basically paying a little bit too much for dark matter, but you're getting a free J1 fuel cell. So you're getting like a free Michael Jordan rookie card, which you can't mint anymore. So it's like, it's actually a screaming deal. But this is crypto. And if something can be exploited or taken advantage of, it definitely will. And so someone was kind enough to reach out and ask first before just running this thing. And I thought about it. I thought, yeah, no, actually, that's a really good idea. And the question was, they said, can we recycle the dark and do the whole thing again? And my first thought was like, I thought at first he was saying, should we keep doing this? Like, the million points. But he was saying, no, like I'll get my dark, I'll sell my dark for more Pink Mistwell token, and then I'll send that Pink Mistwell token to the Pink Mistwell address, and then I'll keep going around in circles. And my buddy was like, no, that's a bad idea, because it's just like it's a circle of dumping dark. And I was like, yeah, but dark has a lot more liquidity than Pink Mistwell. So if you were to do this, if you were to wash or recycle, and if the person says it's okay, I'll name it after them. But yeah, you can basically take dark or whatever token, buy Pink Mistwell, 1 million Pink Mistwell, send them to the Pink Mistwell address, receive the dark and the J1 fuel cell, sell the dark, and do it again. Because eventually the price of Pink Mistwell is going to be, it doesn't take much of that cycle to crank the price of Pink Mistwell. And we'll look at the charts and see what's going on today. It looks like Pulse and Hex finally hit something and bounced. We'll be going through that. Again, if you're looking, there are 3 deposits that I haven't caught up with, or the mystery box hasn't caught up with, to pay out the dark and the J1 fuel cells. But think about that. Like, that's something you can do. And obviously, if we rise the price of Pink Mistwell high enough, the bots and other people are going to dump it. I don't think that you'll ever see the Pink Mistwell selling Pink Mistwell token, the PMW token. I think that if anything, you might see like a pairing or some burn, or who knows what he's going to do. But we've been watching him, and he's not a dumper. He's not a seller. He really isn't. In fact, he seems to have some income coming in from different sources, possibly pools or other places, because he doesn't touch his, he moves from one project to another, but there's not a lot of cashing out into dollars, like removing money from chain when you see how big that bag is. And I assume this is only one of his his accounts. Here's my AG mug that Hexray Chick made for me, sipping on this. Ooh, good stuff. Okay, let's get going. I'll be keeping my eye in the green room if any of you guys want to come join me. It says, eventually you will hit a kind of ceiling, not quite an ARB. Yeah, because you can't, you'd hit the ceiling until people capitulate and dump their pink Mistwell, which bots will do. Bots will all have a bunch of all these tokens because that's what they do. And so it'll actually be like a cycle, a virtuous cycle, because like I said, you can only dump so much dark until you're out of dark. There's not a lot of dark out there. You don't have enough dark. That's the one thing about this thing is you don't have enough dark, but it is a way to get more fuel cells. So you're increasing your fuel cell count, unless you're selling them, which I don't think anyone's selling those on marketplaces yet, because like I said, it's got like a 36-cent value or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's jump into this. Let's freeze my pretty little face. We may be joined in the studio by Mr. Matt. He's busy in the other room, but it would be cool if he could join us. And let's jump into it, guys. Let's go over the charts and the countdown and all that cool stuff. Share screen. There we go. And I know, like I said, I know that Rebecca Black video is going to cause troubles with YouTube, but as long as they don't take the video down, I'm good. I'm happy. We start as always at our favorite website in the entire world. That is agproject.io. This is my favorite website in the entire world because this is a place you can connect your wallet up top. In fact, here, let me disconnect this so you guys can see. So if you come here, it's going to say connect wallet up here at top. Actually, if you go to agproject.io, it'll take you to this screen, which is the home screen. And you got a minting collective and tools at the top, connect wallet. The Wishwell is something that is we cannot access. That is something that we've basically shelved for now. And you got the minting and you got the collective. And the collective has a lot of cool stuff on it, like the leaderboard, events coming up. In fact, we should probably talk to Pulse Chain Tour and put their link up there on the next meetup, because that is the next meetup we're headed to. In fact, we should have used it for Randy Hilarski's No Permissions conference. Oh, okay. I'm pretty good at talking, and I'm pretty good at keeping my word of what I say I'm going to do. But when it comes to front end, back end coding, if any of you guys think you can jump in here and give us a hand, our devs are contract only, so we are on a list of other people waiting to get little things fixed or updated sometimes when it comes to the website. And so if any of you guys have any of that experience or want to jump in and help, DM me, and we'll look into getting your help on updating some of this stuff. But this is the main page, and you just hit it. This is where you go for minting. As you see, it's 3 days, 10 hours, and 46 minutes until the next phase. So that'll be about 8:45 p.m. on Monday on the Pacific Coast. And that'll be 11:45 p.m. on the East Coast on Monday night. And then Tuesday morning, let me take that all back. The lottery is Monday night. This would be Tuesday morning. So this would be the 25th, the morning of the 25th. This goes live, or be right around the same time, but 12 hours later, I believe. So let me rephrase that. This window to mint is going to open Tuesday around noon on the East Coast and around 10 or around 9 on the West Coast. So 9 a.m. West Coast Tuesday, around noon Tuesday is when you guys will be able to mint again on the 25th. But the lottery, that goes down Monday night, 12 hours before that. So, and as you can see, here's Journey 1, 2, 3 drawings. So you have Journey 1 is done. We're in Journey 2 drawing. Well, this should actually be over here too. Well, actually, no, maybe after it draws, it just goes to 3 for 12 hours and then bounces to 1. Hold We'll have to check on that. Again, like I said, if you guys are front end or back end coders and you guys want to help us, then reach out. I'm sure we can come to an agreement. But you can click minting, which again, 3 days, 22 hours, 45 minutes. So that should be Tuesday around noonish for you East Coaster guys that say good afternoon. And you just connect your wallet. Like Rabby, I've gotten rid of MetaMask on all of my devices. I've completely switched over to Rabby. Works way better with Pulse Chain. Anyways, yeah, it's already saying, hey, well, we noticed you got 3 dark matter tokens. Do you want to mint those 3 into 3 fuel cells? Because you need one token equals 1 fuel cell when you mint. And then this window will open up and you have to approve it, give it permission to use that token to mint. And then, of course, you hit the mint button and there's a progress bar that shows up here that's pretty cool. All right. So any questions on the minting or on the token at this point? Yo, you're on the stream, Mr. Hex T. Armstrong.
Top of the morning to you. Happy Friday.
I like your hard hat. That's a hell of a light you got there.
Hey, thank you. But I'm doing a call of action. This
Yep.
community is fantastic. And I'm just reflecting over the last 25 years of my life, working with some of the best people in the world, building America. And it is a great time to be alive. And it's a great time to meet new friends. And it's a great time to share our common values. You all matter. And the tradespeople have a lot more in common with the tech world than you ever imagined. We keep the lights on, but we also understand the value of technological advancements to make the human experience and to make each one of us the most complete human beings that we were created to be. And Max, I can't tell you enough, and Red Squirrel and Smo and Zephyr Trips, Cape Figure, I probably butchered your name, brother.
It's an
The
anagram.
positive energy that is, this community has brought into my life is something that's I want to continue to keep back. Just
So you're glitching a little bit.
or dark. Okay. Matter is never truly created or destroyed, including dark matter. So just think about that, about maybe this is the project taking a life of its own and working within what our finite minds understand. And for all you tradespeople out there, all you hardworking people across the world, across this globe, thank you for your service and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thanks for stopping by. Were you
Yep.
listening to the? I'm going to actually just no, I don't have his permission, but I'll name it after this. But there's a strategy that the community's figured out where they're like, if I send 1 million points to the Pink Miss Well token, Pink Miss Well address, sorry, I get 1 dark and 1 J1 fuel cell. And people have loved that. A lot of people have been taking advantage of it and getting those, going back in time in a time machine and basically getting something that's not even on the market and can't be minted again. And I was asked by someone that they said, hey, is it okay if I sell my dark matter and repeat the process, rinse and repeat? And I was like, I thought for a second, I was like, yeah, of course you can. Because eventually you're going to push the price of Pink Miss Well up to where it's not feasible unless you really, really want a J1 fuel cell. But they're keeping so they're stacking up J1 fuel cells. And like Red Squirrel says, 1 dark is currently 702,000 Pink Miss Well. So if you did this thing for now, you'd have to buy 300,000 Pink Miss Well off the market to do it again. But like I said, as the price of Pink Miss Well gets shown, because it's only got like 12 grand of liquidity, like a $21 buy on Pink Miss Well, I think pushes the price 6%. It's bananas.
Mm-hmm.
So I say go at it, and we'll find that equal. Well, you know, that it'll wear itself out on one way or the other. You know, so it'll be a good deal till it isn't.
And another thing too, remember Max, you and I are about the same age demographics. Remember all of that, those cool toys and all that memorabilia that we had, that had we been smart, we kept it in the box and kept it for 30 years and sold it on eBay.
Johnny Chaos.
Just remember, as this universe and as this ecosystem matures at a very fast rate compared to the last 30 years, the collectability, the nostalgia, being part of this, the intrinsic value is going to far outweigh any kind of economic value that we get. But it's going to be nice to be rewarded for preserving something and inputting our creative energy as an input to get some financial reward as an output. And you don't need to send all your pink mist whale tokens, hint, hint, nod, nod. Those are just as collectible. It's a life of its own. It's a part of the ecosystem that I don't know if it was planned from the beginning or if it was a new development, but just think just cosmically how this project is exponentially growing and reinventing itself, if you will, to the betterment of the whole community, in my belief.
Yeah, it's all about community. That's it. That's why I'm with so tight with the No Permissions group and the Sloth group and those other guys and Randy. Like they understand how to build community, and really that is the most important thing in crypto. It's not the tech. It's not the brand. It's not.
Okay.
It's really more
I gotta
important.
go. I gotta jump into another meeting, brother. Sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
Get into the stream. Come on, family. If I can do this old dude can get in here. You don't have to come on camera, but let's just hear your voice and let's build off your energy.
Yeah, and bring your perspective, because mostly it's just DMs where I'm hearing from the community, unless someone like yourself and Don get on camera or on stream and start bringing your perspective to it. So I appreciate that, and thanks for inviting people, encouraging them to do that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
follow T Armstrong on Twitter.
I'm just an old dude that's just geeking out on all this new tech and enjoying the ride.
Yeah, and it's Jason AR what?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't.
Too many numbers.
A bunch of numbers. Okay. Yeah, I'll put it here in the chat if you guys want to follow.
I tell you what, Lord willing, if I hit a lotto here in about 4 days, maybe I'll pay Elon to give me a handle.
I'm putting it in here now. Kate, people already reposted this link. Thanks for reposting that. And again, the link to join is in our Telegram and on the X. All
right, fam. I love you. Have a great weekend. Keep up the hope, keep up the faith, and keep up the interaction.
Awesome. We'll be here.
Love you.
Love you
Bye.
too. Bye. We got Tracy G saying, good morning, Red Squirrel. So you are getting a J1 fuel cell for about $7. Anyways, Frank Polanczyk comes in with a very, very, very good question. It's very hard to answer. What's the APY roughly estimated for the J fuel cell NFTs? And each journey would have a different APY because they get a different percentage of the treasury. So we'll just take J1 for instance. We had J1, which had one, and APY is a little different too because we don't get paid annually. I'll have to figure that out. Let me share my screen to do this. Boom, boom. Okay, so here we go. We're sharing it right here. I'm just pulling up my calculator. So basically, you get paid every 45 days. So we're going to take 365, 300, no, Jimmy Christmas, 365 days. And then we're going to divide it by 45. So that equals just under 8 journeys a year, right? Come on, buddy. Hey, good to have you, buddy. I feel horrible. I missed our last one, but I was all tied up on Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Frank, and we have frank conversations with him.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
It's good to see him, man. And like I said, he runs. Can I talk about the mastermind group? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. The mastermind group goes down. It's an unrecorded meeting every Tuesday where a lot of the builders and founders and a lot of coders and OGs in the space have will show up and talk about what's going on in the ecosystem. That's where I went and presented to you guys and added you to the airdrop. So I got quite a few addresses. So you guys got 2 dark and 2 NFTs for all the fuel cells. Sorry, for all the addresses they sent me. And they were obviously spread across several other communities. So they were getting an airdrop for every community they were part of. So that worked out really well for a lot of the of people in the mastermind group. But just DM Frank here if you want to invite. And it goes down, like I said, Tuesdays at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern.
Yeah, I just want to say it's like invitation only. So it's one of these groups that, in my opinion, it's so special that I'm very careful on who I allow in.
Yeah, so it's totally up to Frank's discretion.
Yeah, and I just it's been awesome. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than it's been great, and I appreciate you being in it, Max. You've been a huge contribution to our mastermind and the community at large, and your project's awesome. So
thank you.
You know, and I'll be honest, I was completely ambivalent about crypto today. Like I have a mastermind, a small mastermind group that I hang out with on Fridays, and I'm just like, if you hadn't come on, I probably would have just put my head in the sand all day today and not done anything with crypto. So, I mean, I did buy some pink mist whale. I did buy some lazy token
from our friend Sloth. Shout out to Sloth.
I wish I would have done it sooner.
Yeah,
but I think the entry point on pink mist whale is good right now.
Well, a lot of people are jumping into most, they don't see it stopping anytime soon because it seems like the only thing that Richards himself is willing to pump right now. Everything else is like a vacuum, like a black hole. And he's, the chart is just getting hammered as people exit or leave or FUD out, And so, a lot of people talk about the most, and I missed the most pump, and so I've never chased it. But I do know people buying it.
And it's interesting too. I found out about most the day it launched, and I had worked all day on crypto on a Saturday, and it was about 9:30 at night, and I had a couple drinks, and I was like, and the tweet came out, and I was just like, F you, I'm not doing anything more in crypto today. And I took a screenshot, and it 10x'd overnight. And I could have gotten a 20x out of it if I had gotten my entry point. And I was so grumpy about it that I didn't get in until late. I don't care. Look, here's the reality. Here's what's fun about crypto is there's always another 100x out there somewhere. There's always another 50x that's going to show up. So you can't get everything, and you get the ones that you make, and you be grateful for them, and the ones you don't get, you're like, okay, it wasn't meant to be. So there you have it. So anyway, wow, I'm surprised I'm not as grumpy. I was really grumpy this morning.
It's okay, we got you. This is a place. There are days where I just talk shit like this. They say if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I use that rule 20% of the time. 80% of the time I just bitch and complain and I probably overshare. But one other thing that you might not know about Frank is he is an author as well. And Frank has written a book on how to attract the best soulmate for you. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, is there? What's the name of the book?
it's called Why Wait? Create Your Soulmate Now. You can get it on Amazon. It's a good book for somebody that's stuck.
Yeah.
Just can't seem to find the right person. Keeps dating the same people over and over. Well, there's one thing that has to do with that, and that's you. So until you shift your perspective, you're going to keep attracting most likely similar things that you've attracted in the past. And if you just read the book, go through the book, don't do any exercises, it will fundamentally shift your perception of relationships from this point on. I guarantee it. So it's a transformational book, meaning you can really have a breakthrough around relationships. So
I was just about to say exactly what Fast Abdul said in the chat. I keep dating my wife over and over. Yeah, I mean, X-Ray Chick and I have been married 25, 26 years. And the people that we were, in our teens and 20s are not the same people that have like raised children and done careers. And so even if you are married, I think you could get a lot out of this because there's things that are stuck in your relationship with your significant other. Then I believe this book would help with that as well, because you can only give as much love as you have inside, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And the interesting thing too is people say, you hear people complain, well, they're not the person I married. What a gift. I mean, I love the fact that my wife and I are completely so far distanced from who we were when we married each other, like on a transformational level. Our level of consciousness has gone up, our education, all this stuff about life, our spirituality is, it
evolved.
Like it's evolved. We've evolved as people. I'm so thankful that we are not who we were when we first met, because I quite honestly, there's times I'd be embarrassed to be that person, So now we're both happy to be who we are now as a result of a marriage that's almost 25 years and going stronger than ever. In fact, this morning when I was grumpy, this is so funny, I can say this. My wife, I was like, where the fuck is the blah, blah, fucking fuck. Just like, I was so irritated because I was just looking for a piece of paper to write something on.
But you were on empty. You were running on empty, right?
Yeah, well, and she goes, oh, the blah, 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 fuck, blah, blah, blah. I found some over here. Just so funny. Like,
so she was mocking you or imitating you.
It was so funny, and we both just sat there and looked at each other, and we were laughing like you wouldn't believe. So I mean, humor goes a long way in a relationship. If you take yourself too seriously in a relationship, I mean, we make fun of at the most challenging times. We're cracking jokes, and it's not in a way to avoid something. It's in a way to enhance the moment and not take life too seriously. So,
yeah. And I haven't had the pleasure yet of meeting your spouse, but I have met Fast Abdul's spouse, and she's way out of his league. Like I thought he maybe had some blackmail on her when I met her. I was like, blink twice for help me. And she didn't blink. So she obviously loves the guy. And it was great to hang out with them in Panama. We got to get you down to Panama next year, or wherever they end up having it. That No Permissions concert was different than any conference I've ever been to.
Cool.
Wonderful. And you would have just done, and a lot of it, we talked about you and your mastermind course down there, because we were down there with Bill from Actuator. We were down there with Chris Corrigal from Gelada. We were down there with all these builders, Bright Light. I mean, just everyone, Ray, we were all just hanging out being like, wow, like we have more than just Randy's No Permission community in common. We have this community in common and this community. And when I talk about creating a super community, like Voltron, Voltron had all those robots that came together to make the super robot. That's what Pulse is. And sometimes it's hard to believe that when you see the infighting and people throwing fits and leaving or whatever they're doing. You're like, it's hard to imagine that, but that's just the volatility and life, even in your family or in your relationship with your wife, you can still be upset about something they did and still love them and still be there.
Of course. Yeah.
I called out a few people recently that I still love, but I'm like, hey, this thing you did right here, that was really messed up. You probably should apologize to the community for that, honestly. And it's up to them. It's up to them, right? That's the other thing I'm sure that your book touches on is everyone's on the Mel Robbins let them kick right now. Have you heard of that? The let them theory?
No.
Basically, it's accepting people where they're at and who they are. And every time you're really getting frustrated and you're losing your shit, you just say, let them. Like, let them be them and let me be me. So it's basically like a hack to the acceptance thing.
Yeah.
And so on. There's a lot of that is good to practice in crypto, which is, hey, let them panic sell, let them, rage quit. They'll come back.
It's called granting them.
Well, they won't.
Granting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what? Look, here's the thing in crypto is that everybody's responsible for their own crypto journey. You got to take that into account. And, look, I have to admit, in the last couple of days, I've been so irritated and frustrated and down about crypto, it's like the most I've ever been down, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like we've been going through this I've been in this 100 since late 2018, heavily since March 2020. And I thought I'd felt just about everything possible. And yet in the last couple of days, I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, really? Seriously? Like, just, you're just the lack of it, but it's happening in all of crypto with the exception of, 100x here and 100x there. Like there's always 100x somewhere, So, it's definitely an interesting time in crypto. So,
yeah. Now let's go back to this APY question you asked, because there's a real answer here.
Okay,
but it varies, right? It's a variable APY based on how many people mint the fuel cells. So in the very first journey, so there's about 7.9 journeys per year. And in the first journey, the J1 fuel cell shared 3% of the treasury, which ended up being 0.0231. That was the payment. And then there's some more numbers, but they're not significant, right? So if we times this by the 7.9 journeys in a year, the J1 fuel cells with, just considering that the treasury stays where it's at, people just mint enough to keep the treasury where it's at, then that would be an 18% APY on J1 fuel cells. That's if, obviously if no one mints ever again, which isn't going to happen because of the evil address, it'll be lower. But the more people mint and the bigger that the treasury grows, the higher this percentage is. So J1 fuel cells, you're giving away too much, Frank. You're showing people the math behind, because there's a few people like Hex T. Armstrong that was just on. There's Amish Kid and Zephyr Trips and a whole bunch of people, CryptoCat 46. They're all just pumping this money into the pink mist well because they get it. They're like, no, I'm basically getting a free T-share every time I do this. So I'm getting a dark and basically what it's like our T-share in our system or the fuel cells, right? So you're basically getting the best T-share rate you can get, which is J1 for $7. That's insane. And then I think if I knew how much, obviously you got the lottery payouts and you've got the minting schedule. We know what the minting schedule of the evil address is. We don't know what the minting schedule is of Mystery Box and Whales and other people. So that will affect this APY. But like I said, if it went flat, like if all Hex did, if 2,680 something people minted, oh wait, no, it's plus 70. So let's actually take a look at this right here. Here's the treasury page right here, right?
Yeah.
So if, let's see here.
By the way, I was watching an Antiques Roadshow recently, and somebody found at a secondhand store a spacesuit, like a real space.
No
Yeah.
way.
And it was from, I can't remember exactly where it was from, but I think it was worth like 36 grand. No, had to be worth more than that. But anyway, check out that episode. It's a really good episode. Just put, Antiques Roadshow spacesuit.
I will definitely check that one out. So like I was just saying, it paid out 2,693 dark in the first payout. So if this is replaced every minting, which a lot more than this is going to be replaced every minting, then it would be 18% APY. But as it graduates, so we know that 54,000 tokens are going to be minted by the evil address, right? And 77% of those are going to end up in the treasury. So we know with just the evil address, 41,580 will be added to 180, 657. So we should have at least 222, 237, 222,000. This should be in the treasury no matter what at the end of the next journey. And so we just divide that by, and this is J1 fuel cells, right? So we divide this by 3%, which is what J1 fuel cells always get a crack at. And that equals, oh wait, no, sorry. I should have times it. So 222,237 times 0.03. Okay, so the first payout to the fuel cells was 2693. The second payout with just the evil address minting is 6,667. And as we know, there's only 161,500-ish left, or that were minted, that are in circulation or in the airdrop. So even the airdroppers get this forever. That's the crazy thing, is people don't know they have these from the airdrop. So if you do that divided by that, so now instead of 0231, you're getting 0412 or 0143 if you want.
People don't know they have the NFTs, right?
No, a lot of people can, like, let's say people got they got the airdrop, right? Mm-hmm. In their wallet, especially just the MetaMask wallet, it just shows the 2 dark, and the 2 dark were worth about $200 for quite a while when we started telling people, hey, here's your airdrop. We sat around $100, 130, and then we dropped down to about 80, I want to say.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people dumped to 80, and a bunch of people dumped. They'd find them. They'd have more than one address, because they're in more than one of our communities. We gave this out to 17 different communities. There were 25 communities, and so there was like 5 or 7 people that declined me being on their show and offering their people airdrops. And maybe one day I'll talk about that. Those are some of the people that I'm like, hey, like, I love you, but you kind of messed up here, not just with my, but other stuff. And you should probably apologize for those things if you want to keep your good credibility with your group. So anyways, that's, those people, what they did is they'd sweep all the dark into one wallet and dump it. And they would never go back and look, because the fuel cell doesn't show up on MetaMask.
Yeah, I know. You have
to go to Rabby, or you have to import it, or you got to go to one of the marketplaces to see it.
Yeah, and I don't even know if the NFT shows up in DBank. I'd have to think about that. Does it show up in DBank if you put it in there?
Yeah, I'll show you guys here.
Okay, I can't remember. I haven't looked in a while. By the way, Hex T Armstrong, that guy, really cool dude. I was really taken by his positive statements he said before I got on, and I love the fact that, he's like, I love you guys, and you're like, I love you. Like, that's so nice. Who says that guys don't have, like an intimate connection? When you can tell another guy you love him and be like, dude, I love you, and really mean it, that's cool. So
Right.
I thought that was a neat exchange.
Hey, yeah, I that's why I try to keep all of the relationships with people I'm with. It's like, hey, I love you, I care for you. Like, you never know. You never know when it's your last day on earth or their last day on earth,
Yeah.
So here we are. This is the pink mist well. If you just click on NFTs, and sometimes you have to choose pulse chain, and sometimes there's several chains here that people have them on. But here's the fuel cell. It doesn't tell you the number of fuel cell here. It just gives it like, oh, this guy has more than 1,000 fuel cells. But if you go to Mintra and you type in the fuel cell NFT, which you have, it'll show up in your profile right here. You can see right here. You click on that. You click on owners, and then you can see how many fuel cells these people have by address. Right. So here's the evil address, just dominating. Here's the mystery box, which used to have a lot more, but it's been generous in its giveaways and drawings. So that one's actually coming down. And then you have Randy Hilarski with 13,800. And Pink Miss Well used to have about 7,500, and he's gotten about 400 fuel cells because of the generosity of the community, sending the Pink Miss Well token to his address. And I mean, if we look at his address right here, and we go to portfolio, where am I? Oh, there we go, portfolio. And we scroll down, you can see that he is now up to 357,000. So over a third of the supply is sitting in his wallet right now. And then if you go to transactions, this is the last one I believe that was paid out right here. And it was 2.4 million. And they ended up getting 3 dark and 3 J1 fuel cells. The mystery box was generous and rounded up for this guy. But then you have 7, 5, 4, 6. So these guys are all waiting on their dark and their fuel cells. Right there. Hi, love you too. So yeah, these ones are going to get paid out, and they can do whatever they want with the J1 fuel cell. They can do whatever they want with the dark matter. I was listening to Randy's No Permission, and he was saying, look, when you send someone a token, even if they promise you I'll never sell, even if they promise you I'll mint, even if they promise you I'll provide liquidity, you have no power over what actually happens. You gotta let it's out of your hands. So just don't send tokens to people that if you don't want them to be dumped, because everyone has the ability to be dumped. Everyone has the possibility of getting hacked, even if they weren't going to dump. We've seen a lot of people in the hex community and so forth get hacked and lose a bunch of hex. They were never going to dump, but you just can't control what happens to a token when it leaves your wallet, is I guess what I'm saying. But yeah, this is really our league list. People look at the number of coins, and yeah, we have sharks and dolphins and stuff in the amount of dark matter that people hold. But this in time is what is going to soak up all of the payments from the treasury over time. And there's no end state date on these. These are forever tokens. Like, you can literally, this thing can accumulate forever. You don't have to break it open. You don't have to sell it if you don't want to. You can just ride the wave. But
yeah, and NFTs are usually the last thing to move, right? So, and if they do, it's like a last kind of last move of the last of the cycle, last move of the cycle.
Yeah, especially the ones that are just JPEGs, like the collector's items, board yachts, that kind of crazy stuff. Now, I will say also, because I've hinted at this several times in closed groups and on stream, there may be a day where you don't even have to go to a marketplace to sell your NFT. There might be some sort of a token that's tied to the NFT that is completely liquid, a completely liquid PRC20 token that is tied to that NFT. So in the future, it may just be as simple as people buying and selling J1s against J2s, and arbing that, or like trying to get as many older fuel cells as possible. So, yeah.
I don't know if this is of topic or not, but I just want to share because it popped in my head. Thinking about NFTs and art, if you want to watch a really good documentary, watch. Hold on, it's called it's about Banksy, the artist.
Yeah, exit through the gift shop.
There's two of them then.
Yeah.
Because this one, hold on, let me get the. I think it's so important if you want to understand collectibles, watch this video on Banksy. It is like exceptional. Hold on here. Well, give me a minute and I'll share it in a second. But I just wanted to bring that up to help people understand collectibles, and NFTs are collectibles, and it's the artwork of some. You guys, how many people did you have do the art? I mean, what was you guys put a lot into just finding someone to do the artwork,
Mm-hmm.
and
now the artwork is a community contest. So whoever wins gets a bunch of reward points, and they get, the satisfaction of having their art on that Journey's fuel cell. Right now the link's broken for J2, which I totally apologize to Red Squirrel, because he has a beautiful piece of art on J2's fuel cells, but we're working on that. That's, like I said, if that's one of those things where you're in line waiting to talk to a dev, because we don't have enough money to keep full-time devs around. That's really, really expensive. So we share devs, and do contract work, and we're learning and getting better at taking care of this stuff ourselves. But there's still that learning curve. How can I join this cabal? Please provide more info on the location of 50X. I love it. Bow before Wilhelm and vow complete fealty. That's one way to get it. Frank gets all the ladies. Kate Figor's laughing at that. I'm very thankful for terrible ex-boyfriends. Yes, grateful. Nice to hear you and others happy, Abdul. Humor is definitely key for any relationship. Conspiracy Crypt says, "What's up, fam? What's up?" Shh. I got some cheap hex for sale, but keep it under your hat. I'm here for the agreeance. Hey, what's up, Bright Light? We were just talking, just giving you a shout out. Yep, the Yep token, creator of the Yep token. I need to watch his stream the other night. He did a stream on the Solid X new video game for Solid X that they're working on. There's a preview that you can go do a beta on their video games. So they're putting a whole slew of casino games where you can bet crypto and play their casino games.
Banksy Most Wanted is an hour and 23 minutes. There is a gift shop one. That's cool. This is cooler. Banksy Most Wanted. So, and you look at the art and you go, gosh, that is just a work of art, from concept to to delivery, to medium, whatever it's put on. It's pretty cool. So what is just curious, since how you launched what? How long? When did you launch the project? It's been like 4 or 5 months ago already.
We launched at 11/22 on 11/22. Okay,
so it's been a good 3 months now.
Yeah.
So what's your biggest takeaway so far? I've asked you kind of this before, but what's your biggest takeaway that you're surprised about in launching on this Journeys? We can actually say this Journeys. And what's been the biggest disappointment?
The biggest thing I learned is you really want to have $2 or $3 million launch a successful project. I totally underbid what it would cost to get this thing going. And again, you face losses, you face hardship, you face delays. There's a lot of unknown unknowns. And all the builders I've talked to have said this too. It's like, man, I thought I got my website done and ready. And it was just like the tip of the iceberg of working on that website, making sure it ran, making sure it talked to the blockchain, stuff like that. So I wish I'd had come in with a lot more funding for this project. And then also it's also nice when you're someone, like Richard Hart, who can graduate a token and have $1 million sitting on the sideline just to pump it. Like literally just to like shake people out, pump. So that was another really good piece of advice that was given to me by Rags to Riches. He said, don't give away any more tokens than you can afford to buy back. If you can't afford to buy back your own tokens, don't give them away. Things like airdrops and such, right?
Interesting.
Or even pre-sale and mining. Like, don't give away more of the supply than you can buy back. And luckily, because of our tokenomics, we have that space tax that rolls 3% back into the mystery box every time someone mints for us or the evil address, and every time someone scrapes the evil address, it rolls some of our tokens back into our hands. So that's great too.
So Max, I want here.
Yes.
You can meet my wife.
Oh, hi! It's so good to meet you.
See ya.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Max. Are you gonna come to Vegas with him in March by chance?
No, I can't.
Oh,
But
that's too
no,
bad.
you guys are gonna have a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun in Vegas. We always have fun when we hang out in person.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you get like inside tricks and the alpha. Like you get to see behind the curtain behind a lot of people's what they're building like months and a year in advance. So that's very, very valuable.
it's very cool. Well, I'm glad it's you have such a great community, so it's great that you guys are gonna be working out together.
By the way, you're live. We're on a live stream, so
Awesome.
I didn't know you did that.
Just randomly. Okay.
Yes, but we've heard a lot of glowing, awesome things about you. So it's so great to have a face for the name.
Oh, likewise. Yeah, thanks so much.
You bet. See ya.
Bye.
That was so nice. My wife usually will not. She'll like walk around it like a cat.
I know. I see her in the background.
She'll like sneak in and sneak out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah. That's the biggest. What's that? That's kind of
So
the
that was the biggest.
pitfall, but
Yeah, that was the biggest landfall.
Yeah.
And the biggest boost or unexpected miracle or blessing or positive thing that's happened is seeing how much a community of 200 or 400 people, how much energy and how much passion they can put into one project. I thought, I'm gonna have to have thousands of people participating to get traction, to get marketing, to get the word out, and we just went over 400 people in our Telegram. And out of those 400 people, I would say 100 check it and 30 to 50 are active on it and ask questions and add gifts and fun stuff. So just out of that, like the art and the music and the videos that have come out of this blow my mind. The way people are using AI to read the book, and start turning the book into audio is amazing. So I'm
cool. I saw that.
By the talent and passion.
I thought about that. I was like, wow, this is really cool. Because I was going to do that. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I love that people are using that to read the book, and like that's whatever leverage you can use right now it's amazing, and that is cool for the community. The other thing too, I'm just thinking out loud, but there's 3 tokens that Coach X launched. He's got the X protocol, right? And he's got River X, Bank, and Heath, and all 4 of those tokens don't have a lot of holders, but they've gone up a lot in price. Mm-hmm. And that's what I could see here too as well. Like there could be I don't even know. I don't know what your intention is for how many people you want playing the game, but what if it, takes off even with very little, like even if it's a small niche community, what if the price just takes off? That'd be kind of cool.
Mhm. Well, and that's why I said there's a direct correlation by the X's in your community and the X's on the chart, and it's exponential. So if you get a 2X in your community, you're most likely to get a 4X on your chart. Now we haven't seen that in this market. Hart's law cuts both ways, unless you're in PTGC and Alien, and then you've got a whale that is breaking Hart's law on the downway and then riding on the upway. But yeah, the Hart's law is really every time we've had a lottery, something bad has happened to the charts. It's like you said, that synchronicity of our giveaways lining up with the ulti dump, the Interpol FUD, the pump tires suck, that they sucked all the economic energy, the Richard Hart or whomever staking all those big accounts, like they all line up with our chart. It's like last time you were on here, you offered the word synchronicity, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And look, I'll show you guys right here. Oh, that's good. I'm catching flies in my mouth. That's all right. So check this out. You got dark matter right here. So this is the chart lining up with every single dump in the Richard Hart ecosystem. And even a dump during our bull run right here, the last 4 days to mint our fuel cells for J2, the whole market came down from this. I think this is tires out pump right here. But yeah, each one of these has a story of the dump. Even these last two, they line up perfectly with the dumps. So I don't want to jinx us, but Monday night is the biggest lottery that's ever happened in dark by a long shot. And so there's a possible, $500,000 worth of sell pressure that could hit the chart here. But that's the whole thing about predicting human behavior, right? Like, we don't know. We thought people were going to dump this much lower, the very first one, and they front ran the buy and turn this into just some giant hammer candle.
What's the fib level of the 16 right now? 1651 from the peak. Is it? It looks like it's kind of right in check and on track, right? I mean, it looks like it's only retraced about 38%.
This is on log.
Wait. I'm sorry. It's gone down. It's probably 90%. Okay, 85%.
Yeah, where's the fib? I mean, here's a bunch of fibs, but these are not just the standard.
I'm just learning to use them too. Try that one. Yep.
Yeah, fib retracement.
Do it.
Yeah, here we go.
Do it from the top of the wick, the top, the 126 or 128 wick. And then,
here?
Yep. And then now go down. Now click on it. There you go. And now bring it, I would say, well, do it there. I'm not great at it. I'm just learning this myself.
Yeah.
But,
so according to this chart right here, what levels are these right here?
I think you take it to the lowest low, right? No, anyway.
No, I think actually, no, what I did it backwards.
Okay.
So let me.
You were going to start from the bottom, weren't you?
Yeah. So I think the retracement is going up. So we'll try this again. We'll go here. I know some people that are chart nerds are freaking out right now. They're like, no,
yeah.
What are you doing? And so that one is up around there on this chart. It's actually went up to 134, but Dex Screener doesn't show the actual trades that you do. It shows the front ran version of your trades. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, so I'll buy $1,000 of a token. It'll show up as a $200 buy on here because it's been front ran and already sold to the bots.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But either way, like I said, you can see it bounced off the 78 right here, and then it broke through the 78, which this is all, I don't see anything here, but then it went back up to 6.618, went down, and it kind of held on this one before it fell down again. So
what's a positive spin that we could put on the events, all the FUD, all the events that have affected the price right now?
You guys want to see one of the coolest charts on earth? I'll show you this. Let me see if I can get rid of this right here. So this is in dollar terms, right? And even when you log, like this is without log, it's all flat. You don't really see the pressure as well, the momentum. So here's the log. But if you look at this against the dollar, it's consolidating, it's grinding down. But if you flip it to pulse, it's a much different chart.
Oh, interesting.
Now this is the one that really blows my mind. So Pink Mistwell jumped in here and offered a whole bunch of so here's the hex chart right here. As you can see, it's got the same patterns, and every 11 days you got these dumps that line up with our this was the bull market right here, or our minting phase right here. So if I go to the dark hex pair, which has the most liquidity for now, check out this chart. So here's the chart. This liquidity has only been around for like a week or so, right? And we'll put it in log. So this is the whole market going down and pulling dark down with it because of Hart's law, right? But if you flip this, instead of if you look at this in hex instead of USD, check this out. There's the price of dark against hex.
The price of
Not
dark
bad.
hex. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
So that's the light. The nice thing is most of our pairs, except for X, like you said, Coach X, we're not looking pretty against Coach X, no matter what you do. X is doing its thing. All right, let me just put it in dark, and we'll find it here.
Not a lot is looking good against PTGC, UFO, or X.
Yeah, and in dark and solid X, we've got 29 the K liquidity in this little pair, and it's the same thing. So here it is in dollars. It's doing pretty good in dollars against solid X. And just against the dollar, and then we'll flip it to solid X, and look at that. That's the dark solid X pair in solid X. So if you want more solid X, if you want more hex, this has been really good. If you want more more X from Coach, it's not a good way to get more X from Coach. Where did it go? Dark Soul. Here's dark and X. This is dark against X, and this one's been going since the 13th of December. And you can see it's just not. Yeah. It's finally kind of rallying a little bit to fight this trend, but up to here, it's pretty sad. Even when we price it in, where is it in X? Where do I flip it to X? That box isn't here. Or it'll say because here's price and market cap. I'm gonna switch from market cap to price. But the button right here for the other ones isn't here where you price it in X. Am I looking at the wrong spot? Let me check chat. Chat's probably been adding a lot of information here.
Yeah, right.
First of all, thank you, Diehard Hexkin. I love my airdrop. I'm holding them tight. And Frank is one of the brightest dark friends I have.
Hey, Moonmutt.
Did not play the game on stream due to me not having enough ETH on base, but maybe I should. Okay, cool. So I'll check that out. Hi there. I can't see how to do. The button was here last time, and it's not here now. So I can't really show you that price, but it's not much better than this. It's bad against X, and it's bad against the price. But then again, I mean, this is saying that the price of dark is $30. That can't be right. and it's V2. So you have equal parts dark and X, but this is crazy. It's not showing me any of the information on Deck Screener. Watch this. I'll copy the pool address and I'll take it over to Gecko Terminal, which has way better view of liquidity. There it is, dark and X. And so here it'll actually show the dark against X. This is $16.56 today. And you can see that they're evenly matched over here. There's 8.2K of dark and 8.2K of X right here. And I can switch it here. So let me switch the chart there. See, still doesn't make it look any better if I switch. So dark, and I believe gelato is one of the other pairs that's doing stronger than we are. So the lesson here, kids, is it helps to have a whale helping you out in your chart that's vested in your ecosystem. Pretty straightforward there.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. Quick question.
Yeah.
So who can somebody in the community improve the Dex score on Dex tools for dark?
I believe they can. When we first launched, we put our time and money into Deck Screener because that's what the one we were used to using. So that's why they've got our symbol, and that's why they can find us. If you go to Gecko Terminal, it just it just says unknown on a lot of that stuff. If you type dark in Gecko Terminal, it won't pull up our token.
Yeah.
It'll pull up other darks.
I'm just thinking out loud, like, not that you would have to do something. It'd be nice if somebody in the community, this is not my forte. I notice stuff like this, but it'd be cool if somebody in the community got it up to 100 or 99, in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Anyway, just thinking out loud.
I like that. I like that suggestion. Let's see. What else do you want to cover here? I'm going to go into the next. I just kind of go from tab to tab to tab so that I don't forget stuff, even though I still forget stuff. But this one right here, and there's no one in the green room, and we caught up on comments and chat. That's good. Yeah, so here's the different charts. Like I said, no one knows what's going to happen here, but this is Monday night. This is Tuesday morning.
It looks like cave drawings.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can get it once this lottery's done. I'm going to see if I can get KRJ to do TA on the faces of the animals. But even with the animals, you can see this dump, and then you can see we're definitely going sideways.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting if you could get some emotion out of the animals.
Yeah, put a happier face on there, a money face or a sad face. I love that. Love that. Let's see. Yeah, here's dark on X. Here is Maximus against Pulse. It's got its premium is 1.47 against Hex's. Let's see here. I'll use this one for Hex.
By the way, the most token, I know we started to touch on that a little bit. Like that's a big, Richard owns 80% of the tokens there.
Yeah. So your premium on Maximus DAO is much higher. Well, it's not that high, as high as it's been, because I mean, when Hex was just barely licking 3 cents, you had like a few days here over 3 cents that you could have sold on. So the pump is real. The premium is real on Maximus DAO, and right now it's this is Hex going down to 1185, and Maxi's sitting at, even though it's got kind of the same pattern, it's sitting at 1473. Not a lot of liquidity here though. Like it's not easy to buy into this with your Hex. See, 98K of liquidity. So $500 buys are about all you're going to get. You're 1 or 2% slippage right now. And then most token, like you were just talking about, here's the most token on log on daily. And it started out down here with 4 zeros and 5, and now it's up to 11 cents. And this would be a cup and handle if there was another chart back here, some more history. this might be a cup and handle.
And here's the thought behind that. Yeah, it's a great token for now, but when he's not the most wanted, then what? What are people's thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to be exit liquidity any more than he has to be for Hex and Pulse right now. But here, if you own 80% of the supply or 90, then this is great. You know what I mean? But it's all his whims. It's all, he might just drop this right into Hex when he thinks it's bottomed. He might shoot this to $1. Whatever serves his needs or ego at the moment is what he's going to do. And to be honest, like the reason that I went through the 4 years of hell that I did to launch this product is because I spent 4 or 5 years before I thought about this concept for a coin or token. And you always had to wake up wondering, well, what's Richard Hart thinking? And back in the day when he streamed for 8 hours at a time, we all knew what he was thinking because he told us on stream. We could ask him, we could get hints and little nods and little Easter eggs, right? But he's gone almost 2 years without really streaming much. And so now we're just guessing, well, what's Richard thinking? Or what's Vitalik Buterin thinking, right? What are the people at XRP thinking? And I for the first time in my life, I wake up every morning knowing exactly what the founder's thinking. And so I would do it all again just to have my own token and to build a cool community like we've done. That's made it all worth it. But yeah, this is not bad. I mean, it might bounce back here, but then again, it's all Richard's whims, And when you look at the alien UFO PTGC chart, it doesn't follow the volatility in the bots that they claim. They help, and they claim Richard Hart's law over and over and over and over again, but they don't dip when Richard's tokens dip. So they're not really, it's not Hart's law that you're seeing on their charts. You know what I'm saying? It's a big fact. Well, there's one dude named the Gray Whale, and there's probably some other whales out there that are literally just saying, this is mine. Does that make sense? And that's not positive or negative. I'm not complaining or saying you shouldn't buy it. I'm just saying the power of a whale and the power of a community is the only way to survive some of these markets when they kick you in the teeth.
Yeah.
Right. So let me pull up. Let's look at our old pink mist whale. Here's our pink mist whale. What's up, buddy? Look at this. This is the, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Looking pretty good. As you can see, it hit this previous bounce. Actually, it's broken through it. So as people dump their dark and buy the pink mist whale token and recycle it into, by sending it to the mystery whale, they have been receiving a dark matter token and a J1 fuel cell for every million they've sent. So right now it's about $25 for a million. So for $25, you can get a J1 fuel cell and a dark matter if you want, but eventually this will go up so high that people are like, well, I'll just go buy a dark, or I'll just send a dark, because if you send a dark to the pink mist whale, then you receive a J1 fuel cell too. So it'll be cheaper to if you just want the J1 fuel cells, to just send a dark, depending on the price of pink mist whale token and dark. So, and this is Pink Mist Whale's address. We have it in our chat, in our Telegram. Ends in 8090. And look at all this Pink Mist Whale that he's been receiving from people that are understanding the price that they're getting on. The price that they're getting on the J1 fuel cell is pretty good. So yeah, that's fun.
So what's the address that they go put the pink mist whale in to get the J1? Can you show that, or just let people know?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the address they do to put the pink mist whale in?
This
J1 fuel
token. The token's address.
No. like you mentioned, for them, you can send Pink
Yeah.
Miss Whale
Yep.
to get
The
a
Pink Miss Whale's
J1.
address. Yeah. So you can send this token that ends in B872. If you send 1 million of these Pink Miss Whale tokens to the Pink Miss Whale's address, which is the one that ends in 8090, then it'll show up here. And then the mystery box can see where it came from and gift that address.
There you go. Okay, good. Yep.
The dark matter and the J1 fuel cell. But these guys are doing 6 and 4 and 9 and 7 at a time. So they're getting a pile of it back.
That is so cool.
All right. So
layers to this, man. It's amazing.
like I said, if as soon as the person gives me permission to use their name, I'm going to call it the so-and-so rule. So people are sending, PMW tokens to the Pink Miss Whale, receiving their J1 and their dark matter, selling their dark matter for Pink Miss Whale, and repeating the process over and over. So it's like a roll. It's like a recycle. And you do have to keep buying Pink Miss Whale during each of these because it's going up in price, So eventually it'll push the price of Pink Miss Whale too high to make it worth it, or maybe not, depending on how much people are willing to pay for a J1 fuel cell. So yeah, and here's our holders right here. We have less than 1 million dark. 50% are still locked up in the evil address. 18% are locked up in the treasury. 13% are locked up in the mystery box. And then our mystery well changed addresses, but he still has the almost 4% right there. And then, of course, this right here is the jackpot. And the jackpot has 33,400 of it. So there's about 2,000 that haven't been scraped or claimed, not from the evil address, because everyone scraped all the evil address and rolled it into this. So again, this is something I'm trying to hint at as clearly as I can for you guys to notice that let's add 52.3 plus 18.33 plus 13.1 plus 3.98 plus 3.34. So if you, I didn't do that right, did I? No, I don't think I did. It should be closer to like 80, 90% here. Let me try it again. I apologize. But basically, out of the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 addresses, the top 5 addresses, 3 of them are smart contracts. 1 of them is a mystery well, and 1 of them is the mystery box. So, like I said, that's 52.3 plus 18.33 plus 13.1 plus 3.98 plus 3.34. There we go. 91% of the supply of dark, actually more than that, because 500 dark matter have been burned by sending them to the contract address. So really, less than 1 million tokens, 91% is wrapped up in 3 smart contracts, a benevolent mystery box, and a mystery well.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, you guys, I cannot express my my gratitude to the Pink Miss Well for throwing $400,000 into liquidity with Hex. So he did a Hex dark pair for 400 grand. He's down $130,000 in permanent loss, and but he has gained a bunch of Hex, by doing this. But don't take this liquidity for granted. This is all I'm saying. What do you think would happen if some of this liquidity was pulled and people started buying something that is 91% pretty much tied up?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be as hintful as I can today for you guys.
So
yeah.
what's the play going into the next lottery? Like what's something that you think would be a smart thing for people to do?
Yeah.
Improve their chances of winning the lottery.
Well, let me. Yeah. Obviously, you want a bit more fuel cells, but let me ask that if you go back to the beginning of Hex, and we're trying to figure out staking and staking ladders, or we're trying to figure out bigger pays better, biggest pays better, longer pays better. And what happened was at the very beginning, if you locked up almost all your Hex like I did at the beginning before big payday, that was the God move right there. That was like the winning move, was to just stake as much as you can for as long as you can, even though you're delaying gratification for 5, 10, 15 years. You do like a little ladder, right? And here our T-shares are the fuel cells. So I've been telling people you want to go in as heavy as you can on journeys 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason you want to go in as heavy as you can on 1, 2, 3, and 4 is, let me pull up this graph right here. This is on our, if you go to the collective on agproject.io, here's the leaderboard right here. This demo account's numbers 163. Here's, I should put the information for the Pulse Chain launch right here, Pulse Chain tour right here. But basically, you pull up in the darker paper. And when you pull up the darker paper, this shows how the supply inflates over time, and it inflates the treasury the most, the giveaway address, jackpot address, 20%, and the 3% space tool. So as you can see, minting bloats the treasury more than anything else. And if you scroll down here to the schedule, here's the evil addresses minting schedule right here. And you can see where it's broken down to where in Journey 3, 54,000 ish are going to be minted. But look at the yield drop in this table. You got Journey 1 gets a split 3% of the treasury every 45 days. Journey 2 gets a split 2.7% every 45 days, forever, basically, in perpetuity. And then 3, it's 243. So the yield drops by 10% over each journey. So if you look at journey 1, 2, 3, and 4, that's like where it stays above 2%. And then journeys 5, 6, 7, 5 through 11, you're still splitting 1% of the journey every 45 days. But remember, these J1s are getting 3%, 3%, 3%, 3% every time this goes down. They're still at 3%. They're locked in at 3%. So older pays better here. So 1, 2, you can only, if you're lucky, you can get these, off the market or from the mystery box might give some of these away. But for the most part, you can't mint these anymore. They're limited edition Michael Jordan rookie card, limited edition, Kobe Bryant rookie card, right? Like boom, 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 boom. And so whoever locks in at 243, that's the best rate you're going to get forever. Just like the t-shirt rate, you're going to get more t-shirt rates by staking your Hex today than tomorrow, right? And so it just mirrors that right here. So go in heavy on 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then if you win some lotteries from these, roll them into 5, 6, 7, 8. Because in my humble opinion, the price of dark might get bananas once people realize that 91% of it is basically off the market. I mean, granted, the lottery can go back on the market, but I think a lot of people are going to hold on to it and mint because they've won the lottery once or twice, and they're going to think, man, that dopamine hit was cool. I just got free dark. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to get paid on the back end with my piggy bank, just like the WhatsApp. But unlike WhatsApp pays out ICOSA, which is inflationary, and this pays out dark, which is deflationary. So without drawing it completely out and saying things plainly, I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of what might happen if liquidity is pooled and the supplies already scarce, circulating supplies really scarce. We could see a lot of volatility to the up and to the downside. I have no idea what Richard Hart is going to do next. That is one thing that's been made very, very clear to me, is I do not know what the hell he's going to do next. I thought he was hacked when Most came out. I was like, why would he have a meme coin? That goes against everything he's talked about for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I was caught unawares. Go to Coin Market League, guys. Every single day you can come here and you can vote on your favorite projects like Carpe Diem from Sealy. This is the first online pension.
Wait, what's this? What's the website called? Coin Market what?
Coin Market League, right here. And it's $50 to list your token and fill out all the information for it. Again, I have way too much information, my audience has told me. I need to put the very simple 5-year-old explanation down here instead of a doctorate, right? So, but I'm going to vote for for Carpe Diem. Shout out to our buddy Sealy in the chat. Very intelligent man, helps a lot with the community. And then I always like to go in and I vote for this. I vote for Hex, even though Hex has got the eHex price, but the pHex contract address, I believe. I could be wrong, but feel free, Hexkins, Pulsicans, whatever coin you're shilling, for $50, you can go there and get the community voting on it. Right?
That's cool.
Yeah, so go do that. Other than that, like Pink Mistwell is stacking up that Pink Mistwell token, and he's one of the most disciplined and patient investors I've ever met. So, yeah. Anyways,
cool.
Fun times ahead.
I've got a split, Max.
Yeah, I do too. Like Hex-Ray Chick's coming in here like 3 times. You're like, are you still streaming? Just wrap it up. So thank you so much for coming on and asking questions. Definitely going to be trying to get into the mastermind this coming Tuesday and catch up on everything, because people are cooking. Like, the thing I took away from Panama is that everyone has 2 or 3 amazing projects in the works right now. And we've been around long enough that we know which devs can do it and which ones don't. And so things are getting organized, and people are doing better and better and launching better and better products.
Yeah.
So I love you guys. Frank, thank you so much for coming in here. So I'm not just babbling at the wall.
Yeah, no.
You keep me focused better too. Yeah.
As do you. By just streaming today, you got me out of my lethargic crypto funk of the last couple of days, and now I'm flying high. So thanks for.
Let's make crypto fun again.
Yeah, I mean, and not only will I'll see you, Tuesday, but see you in Vegas, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
That is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Crypto Cat said, "Good morning. It might go up. Buy dark and mint." Sounds like he's got it. Hey, what's up, Viber Finance? Good to see you, man. See, Viber is one of those people that really picks up on the hints and Easter eggs really well.
He's got his nose to the grindstone too, Yeah.
Inferencing is good. Inferencing good. I will make an appearance sometime. Okay, cool. I will replay. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Smo. Good to see you here. All right, we're going to go out on our song that was made by Kate Figor and edited or videoized by Rip City Hex. They did the video and just a lot of art from the community, including Smo Spider, Aaron Spencer, probably Hex Glenn's in there, Red Squirrel. It's amazing. So we'll go out on a bang, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Ciao.
See you later. Love you guys.
Oh, and follow Frank. Follow Frank on Twitter.
It's
under Polancic.
Polancic, Polancic, Frank.
Yep.
At Polancic Frank on Twitter.
Yeah, if you can't find him, ask me. I tag him in things every once in a while, and I'm like, what the hell? It's not because there's
I
a
know.
trillion Franks.
I gotta get the whole Frank conversations.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think I have it some on anyway. Okay.
have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And yeah, if you guys want to see if you got what it takes to join the mastermind group, then DM Frank here. Love ya. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Nova is here, he's the leader of Alpha, leading the charge. Yeah. With his main man Heavy, hit up right by his side at the raid. Together they fight, and guards their corner, rich and valor, fighting for good. They refuse to back down in this war for justice. They wear the crown. Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust. For the cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly underground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. Through shadows of doubt, they light up the way. With power and purpose, they seize every day. Their enemy tremble in the dark. Nova and Heavy Hitter, our heroes embark in the big galaxy that's covered by night. They bring the fire and ammunition to ignite. For it's Alpha they serve, their honor was true. Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for the cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly on the ground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. For every shadow, they bring the light. Nova and Alpha, defenders of the right.
What are you guys still doing here? It's over. Go outside, touch grass. Love ya.